everybody, Dr. West here. So in this video, I wanted to follow up and talk to you about how to use that information that you just collected from DegreeWorks to actually put together a plan that you can take with you to your academic advisor. So again, in the last video, we talked about how to find your advisor in DegreeWorks and then how to sort of look through and see what classes you have left and select a bunch of classes for the next semester. And in this video, what we're going to do is actually now go back into Wingspan and we're going to take a look at how to actually use the tools that are here to create a plan. So you're going to need to go into Wingspan, go to the student tab. And again, remember, I have a few more tabs than you do, but you have a student tab. And at the bottom, you should have the Banner 9 registration. When you go to Banner 9 registration, you should see, again, a whole bunch of different tools. And the one we are going to use for this video is called the Plan Ahead tool. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the Plan Ahead tool. It's going to ask you which semester you want to make a plan for. Now, in this particular case, there's only one that we can do, which is spring. But for example, next semester, it will ask you, are you going to make a plan for summer or are you going to make a plan for fall? So again, there are times where you are going to need to pay attention to which semester you're talking about. But for now, we're going to select spring 22. We're going to hit continue. And then it's going to see there's nothing here, but we are going to create a new plan. So let's click and create a new plan. Now what we want to do is add some of those classes that we were actually talking about in the last video that would be a good idea for us to add. And there's a variety of ways that you can do that, but the simplest is just to start searching for the classes. So again, I had finished, or I'm in ACAD right now, or at least I was pretending to, because I was pretending to be an undergraduate psych major. And I was pretending that I'd also finished my writing. So my next thing would be HMXP. So you can actually type in HMXP and it will know what that means, which is human experience. And let's say, oh crap, I can't remember the number. What was the number? It's okay, it doesn't matter. You can actually just type human experience, hit search, and it will bring up all of the potential options. Oh, thank goodness, because I couldn't remember. Now, what this basically means is there is a regular section, and the H means there's an honors section. So if you're an honors student, you can select from here. If you are not, you can select this section. What's also really neat, and what I'm going to encourage you to do, is to go ahead and view the different sections since the schedule is actually out for the spring semester. So I'm going to view the sections. And what you'll see is a ton of information here. You'll see how many seats are left, which again should be all of them since registration has not started. You'll see the times of the week that the class is going to be held. You'll see the time of the day that the class is going to be held. If you actually move it over a little bit, it will even tell you where the class is going to be held. But again, you might not be able to see everything, so you might have to kind of move some stuff around. All right, but what's really, really nice about this is you can then select the one that you want for your schedule. So you're like, okay, I think a Monday, Wednesday at 9:30 sounds fine. So I'm going to add this, right, to my plan. So here I go. I have got a class added to my plan. But again, I don't want just one class. I want more. So I'm going to now go catalog search results to kind of go back. And I'm going to search again for another class. This time I want to add some psych classes. So I can start typing in psych. And again, I can put in a specific number like 206 if I know I want to take developmental psych, or I can just leave it blank and it will bring up all of the psych classes for me. And I'm going to kind of have to search. All right, so again, I could consider taking this because this was one of my core classes, or I can think, ooh, abnormal, that could be fun. Let me see what sections are available of that. So you could click view the sections, and again, you can see what is going to be available. And you're like, okay, so I can choose. It looks like maybe this one is online. Yep, okay, that one's going to be online. This one's in person. I think I'm going to prefer one versus the other. So I am going to select this one and add it. And so again, what you're seeing is that you're starting to build a schedule down here, and it will say pending. All right, so what I am going to do really fast so that this video doesn't get really long is I am going to pause it and add a few more classes. I'm going to add a language. I'm going to go ahead and get my Spanish 101 out of the way, and I'm going to add a few more classes here until I have a full plan. So give me just a second and I will be right back. All right, I'm starting to get a pretty good plan down here, but now what I want to do is be able to save this plan so that I'm going to be able to do a couple things with it. So I'm going to click Save the Plan. I'm going to call it whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty boring, so I'm just going to call it Spring 22 Plan A, and I'm going to hit Save. At that point, you'll see that these will turn green and it will say planned. What's also really neat is that you're going to see it will start to build a schedule over here so you can actually see days of the week. All right, so you can see I put for myself abnormal psychology, Spanish, sociology, and HMXP. But when I'm actually looking at it, I've got an issue here. I'm not going to be able to take this HMXP and the sociology at the same time because it's overlapping here. And if you were to actually try to go and register for this, you would actually get an error. So what I really should probably do is go ahead and update this plan, all right, because I don't want to have this overlap. So let me go in and let me maybe go pick a different section of sociology. So what I'm going to do here with my plan is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to delete this section, right, of sociology, and I'm actually going to go and add another one. So I'm going to go back in here, I'm going to search again, I'm going to view the sections, and I'm going to try to find one that doesn't conflict. Well, I know this one won't conflict because this one's online, so I'm going to go ahead and add that one. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to save the plan again, and what you will see this time is that again it updates, and it also updated my calendar, and I can double check. Okay, good. Now it looks like I don't have any conflicts. Yes, but I still only have 13 hours, so maybe I should add one more class. So let me go back. Problem is, I have no idea what to search for. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in here to this button called Advanced Search, and you'll see it's going to ask me for a lot more options. And what's really neat about this now is that I could search for a lot of different kinds of things, but I'm going to come down here to Attribute, right? And I'm going to see if I can maybe get one of my classes out of the way, because I know that I needed an oral communication course for my Gen Ed class, all right? But I didn't quite remember which classes counted for my oral communication, so I'm going to put that in there and search just that way. And now it will tell me, oh, okay, this speech class counts as that oral communication. So now I can view sections and I can see if there's any way I can fit this into my schedule. Well, conveniently, there are some online ones. There's also this one on Monday and Wednesday. Let's see if that one will conflict with anything. Let's see if it puts it over here. Oh, look, see, it will fit. So if I wanted to, I could even take that one that's in person. Good, so I'm going to save this plan because that's going to fit into my schedule. So now I've got a good solid 16 hours, right? This is a pretty good plan. Excellent. So now what you can do is go back out. You can go back into Select a Plan, and now my plan is saved here, right? You could also create more than one. So you could create a whole entirely new plan by going through the process again. Create a new plan. Let's say instead of wanting to take abnormal psych, you wanted to put in some different psych classes there. Or let's say you didn't want to take public speaking here. Again, you could change things out. You could have 2 or 3 plans. In fact, you could have up to 99 plans if you really wanted to. But I would say having 2 or 3 is a really good idea to do, especially if you know your registration date's going to be a little bit later, because that way if things are full or if something isn't exactly what you wanted, you've got more than one plan kind of already ready to go. What's also eventually going to be nice about this is that you're going to be able to use this plan or any one of these plans eventually to go straight into registration once it is your registration time. So if you have taken the time to actually choose courses, to choose sections, to make sure that nothing overlaps and that everything would work, eventually what you're going to be able to do once registration actually starts for you is to click one button and basically say, please register for me for these classes, and it will put you into those classes. So again, really convenient thing to do both for you and for your advisor is to actually make a formal plan before you guys get together. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. Again, my name is Dr. West, or I suggest reaching out to your academic advisor. Talk to you soon.